Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Thursday, February 6th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduced to number 8 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today is the oyster energy. So with the oyster energy coming out as spirit guidance, it's bringing me to the importance of patience and remembering that things take time. And also too, with the oyster energy, I think of the process of creating the pearl. I think of say a person going to the gym in order to get their ideal health situation, and the hard work, the consistent hard work or dedication or consistency that is required for them to get their end goal. Today's energy adding up and reducing to the number 8 vibration has everything to do with systems and cycles, because the number 8 energy is ruled by Saturn. But also when you turn the number 8 on its side, you see the infinity symbol. And for me, that symbol represents systems, cycles, how it's like, I think of like a circle. It's like, this has happened before. That type of vibe is what I get from that. So with me thinking of it in that way, I think about how when it comes to everything that we're dealing with or we're going through, even though it might be new, certain aspects of it isn't new. So we can always pull from past experiences to guide us when it comes to the present moment. And also too, when it comes to today's energy overall, today's energy looks super social. It looks super social because Jupiter is the ruler of the day, and because today's Thursday, ruled by Jupiterian energy. So you have a combination of Jupiterian energy and Saturn energy combined. So with Saturn combined with Jupiterian energy, I feel like that's a pretty good combination, because Jupiter is so expansive and optimistic, so much to where it could somewhat operate like Neptune energy, where we're so optimistic that we're blinded. And then Saturn energy comes in and creates a level of boundary or structure. And the boundary and structure that Saturn energy brings, it kind of keeps us grounded to a certain extent, is how I would see this energy. But yeah, today's energy feels super social to me for the simple fact that we're in the second month, February, and February is ruled by the number 2. And the number 2 is an emotional, feminine, sensitive, introverted energy. It's a unifying energy. It could even be dependent or codependent when operating within a lower frequency. Today's the 6th. The number 6 deals with family. It deals with responsibility. It's a nurturing energy. When you look at the number 6, it looks pregnant. And that's because of the community aspect of the number 6. The number 6 energy is big on nurturing the community. And the energies in the day adding up and reducing to the number 8 vibration. The number 8, like I said, deal with systems and cycles. But when I combine 2, 6, 8, those energies, like if I was doing a reading and someone had those strong energies in their chart, I would know that this person is big on nurturing the community. The number 6 is not like, the number 6 and the number 9 are both similar energy in the sense that they're both people-oriented energy. And I brought up the number 9 because I think of like the number 9 dealing with humanity, where we're focused on all humans, focus on nurturing all humans, where the number 6 is more focused on an intimate community. So when it comes to today's energy, there could be some things that come up around protecting your community, protecting your family, or just good times when it comes to community, family, and coming together. But when I go back to the oyster as a spirit guidance, It could be that, say today energy, someone's focusing on something pertaining to the home, maybe signing some major, maybe signing off on spending, a lot of money on something pertaining to the home or their living situation. Because the number 6, number 2 brings me to the home and the living situation. And the number 8 brings me to contracts. It brings me to money. It brings me to legalities. It brings me to commitment. So those are some things that some of us might be focusing on, even with the moon in Gemini conjunct Jupiter. The moon in Gemini brings, my attention to what nurtures us. And the moon being what nurtures us, being in Gemini, reflects how we're nurtured by community, how we're nurtured by connection. And with moon in Gemini, it could bring me to this good feeling, to reach out to someone from the past, some childhood friend, someone that you've known, when you were growing up and you guys may have lost touch, or lose connection, but this energy could, cause a person to reminisce on those times, reminisce on those good times, or wanting to, reconnect, or just on a day like today, say normally you go to your work environment, you go into an office space, and you normally don't feel like being around the people there. Today might be a day that you find that you don't mind so much. And with the number 8 energy, it brings me to the number 8 energy, because the energy is in the day at a reduced to number 8 vibration. It'll bring me to the thought of someone being, in their head, like everybody's somewhat being in their head. But with the number 8 energy, is kind of within our head, recycling certain thoughts. And more than likely with the day being the 6 energy, recycling thoughts about our financial situation and the things that we own, the things that we want to own. So those are some things that could come up today. You have to bring yourself back to the oyster energy and remember that, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, it requires discipline and consistent efforts. When it comes to today's energy and I look at the challenging aspects on the chart, what stands out to me is the Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius squaring Uranus. So that would bring me to hearing some news that appear to be unexpected, some news about the stability within society, whether it's stability around our financial system, stability around our school, education, wealth, things like that. So also too, a challenging aspect, but this has been ongoing. I guess now the moon is a part of it because the moon conjuncts Jupiter. So it's Saturn squaring Jupiter, and this transit been going on for a while now, but with the moon being there, we could feel it a little bit more deeply. But with the moon in Gemini, we might feel it, and instead of wanting to feel whatever discomfort we feel, we'll just find ourselves instead wanting to, because Gemini is air, and air energy is masculine energy, so it's action-oriented energy. This is where we're nurtured by taking action. So with the moon in Gemini, any challenges that we're feeling to the inner world today, we could find ourselves wanting to escape it. And with today's energy, escaping it could look like retail therapy. Escaping it could look like going out and hanging out with friends. And when it comes to today's energy, it's also so easy to overspend, and that square between Saturn conjunct Neptune and the moon and Jupiter in Gemini, it could be that it could be that, say, naturally, a reaction to a challenging situation might be to, get some retail therapy. I feel like with the square there, you're more conscious of how destructive that could be, especially if you can't afford it. So when it comes to today's energy, overall, hands down, it brings me to patience and remembering that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you're trying to acquire, takes time. And I keep saying patient and something taking time, because with the day being the 6 and the energies adding up and reducing to number 8 vibration, we could find ourselves in our head repetitively going over thoughts about our money and what it is that we own or don't own. And hopefully this isn't triggered by say what someone else has or what's happening with someone else and feeling like, why me, why not? Why is this not happening for me and why not now? Because when it comes to energies like this for today, even though you've been doing amazing and you've achieved a lot, if you look back, the last past year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you'll see how you've grown. When it comes to this energy, for today, it's so easy to overlook that and feeling like it's not enough growth, and also feeling like want to skip steps. Today's also a perfect energy to redefine your definition for success, wherever you find yourself irritated or frustrated or annoyed is because you need to relook at your definition for success. And for some, the frustration and the annoyance is going to come up around finances and what it is that we don't have. With the day being the 6th, I feel like it might be superficial things that aren't that important, but instead we're using these things to define us. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. When it comes to the tarot, we have the Page of Swords in the upright position. I like that the Page of Swords is in the upright position, especially paired up with the oyster energy. What I like about this energy is this clarity that comes over a person and being able to be open to reasoning. Being able to be open to reasoning in the sense that I think of like a person journaling or speaking out loud about something that they're going through. And from the journaling or the speaking out loud, they're able to see how ridiculous something sounds. Ridiculous something sounds in the sense that I imagine the person beating themselves up for not being further in their career or within their life. And today could be one of those days where a person sits back, reflect, whether through journaling or audio recording or audio journaling, and realize that, damn, I'm beating myself up for something that I never wanted. I'm beating myself up for something that I think would make me more acceptable by my family and the people that I love, or my peers or my society. But this is not something that's important to me. This is not something that I actually want. So yeah, when it comes to today's energy, I like that there could be moments where we find ourselves feeling challenged or overwhelmed, but at the same time, we're open to reasoning. We're open to the different thoughts and perspectives that could come in to, shift our reality. So Jupiter had went direct on the 4th and I missed it. And I feel like with Jupiter energy now direct, when Jupiter was in retrograde mode, I felt like the energy slowed down so much to the point that there was so much context about things pertaining to friends, community, communication, and things like that. And with Jupiter energy now direct, it brings me to a lightening of the load or the energy coming in. And when I think of a lightening of the load or the energy coming in, Gemini energy for me deals with information, how we inform ourselves with the content that we consume, how we inform our bodies with the foods that we eat. And with Jupiter energy now direct, some of us could find ourselves, say when it was retrograde, we were more observant and present about the foods we're consuming, the information we consume, how we're communicating. I feel like with it now direct, there's not so much context on those things. So for some of us, it could be so easy for us to all of a sudden find ourselves falling off our diets, or falling off certain goals or things we set in place to become better when it comes to what it is that we're consuming, how we're communicating, family dynamics and things like that. But again, like I said, with the Page of Swords energy, I love that this energy comes out because it brings in reasoning. It's like something clicking, getting a realization, being able to see something clearly, being able to see things clearly. So I love that energy for us. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a pink heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.